Welcome to Your Money Guides, brought to you by Interface Financial Planning.
Today I'm going to talk about the pension prize. So what exactly do I mean by the prize? Put simply, more money for you in your retirement. To highlight the impact returns can make, we will start by running through a couple of hypothetical or theoretical examples. Somewhere in amongst this, there may well be something which closely relates to your situation. In each case, we will show you comparisons between what we describe as below par returns and above par returns. These are not meant to illustrate what we suggest might happen or will happen, but merely to outline the difference future returns, when stretched over time, make to the eventual pot size. Example number 1. Two savers, both aged 35, with £30,000 in a pension fund today. Saver number 1 invests and gets a below par return of 3% per year. Saver number 2 invests and gets an above par return of 6% per year. How much does saver 1 have at age 60? £62,813. How much does saver 2 have at age 60? £128,756. Saver number 2 has simply invested better and got a better return. As a result, he or she has around £66,000 more in their pot at age 60, and that's the prize. Stretch this forward a little and imagine that they actually invested for another 5 years to age 65 instead of age 60. What's the difference now? How much does saver number 1 have at age 65? £72,818. How much does saver 2 have at age 65? £172,305, nearly £100,000 more. Finally, at age 70, how much does saver 1 have at age 70? £84,416. And how much does saver number 2 have at age 70? £230,583. By age 70, the above par investor has £146,000 more than the below par investor on a starting point of £30,000. Please note 3% per year and 6% per year are compounded figures, assuming this is the net return per year after all charges have been taken into account. This is not a formal illustration of a pension plan, it is an illustrative basis for showing the full value of a £30,000 pot at those future points, to stress the compounding effect and the differences that build up. In our first example, we considered two investors who were aged 35. In this example, we consider two investors who are 20 years older. So in this example, we consider two investors aged 55 who have both built up £150,000 in pension plans, where they have radically different experiences in the 10 years until they aim to start taking their benefits. One pursues a strategy which produces 2% growth per year, the other gets 7% per year, so the difference is now stretched to 5% per year in the returns they receive. Saver number 1 invests and gets a below par return of 2% per year. Saver number 2 invests and gets an above par return of 7% per year. How much does saver number 1 have at age 65? £182,849. How much does saver number 2 have at age 65? £295,072. Saver number 2 has simply invested better and get a better return, and as a result he or she has around £112,000 more in their pot at age 65. Please note that 2% per year and 7% per year are compounded figures, assuming this is the net return per year after all charges have been taken into account. This is not a formal illustration of a pension plan, it's an illustrative basis for showing the value of a £150,000 pot at those future points to stress the compounding effect and the differences that build up. If you don't believe that 5% per year difference in returns is realistic, then you'd better carry on listening. There's nothing here which is revealing. All we have attempted to do using these basic examples is to show how much difference being above par makes to being below par. It is obvious that higher returns will make more difference, and this difference is seriously accentuated over time but even in the relatively shorter periods, the differences still stack up. Research shows that the swing in returns from funds in the same sectors can be easily around 5% per year. For example, the average past performance of the best performers is that much higher than the worst performers based on historic returns. The level of difference can vary from sector to sector. Higher risk sectors such as equities tend to vary more than lower risk sectors such as bonds, but the principal point remains. Fund performance really does vary, surprisingly so, based on past returns.
For more information, visit our website at interfacefinancialplanning.co.uk.